Kanchikiwa, hello, how are you all? Welcome to Homelands, originally broadcast on CFCR Community Radio, 90.5 FM in Saskatoon, Homelands of the Métis and Treaty 6 Territory, CFCR.ca. This is your favorite auntie, Andrea Letting Dishni Kashoon. My name's Andrea Letting. Call me Auntie Andy if you like, and I'll be your host over this next half hour. I am part settler, part relative, and 100% ally and relation to everyone. I'm just me. I'm not a card-carrying member of any Indigenous nation, but I am loved, adopted, related to, and accepted by many, rejected by a few, but haters gonna hate, relators gonna relate. I am blessed to have Indigenous relations in my family, and secretly, I love them a little bit more than all the rest, only because they're the first peoples of this land who welcome all the guests. I also have some Irish and Scandinavian, along with a little bit of mystery, and that's the way I was raised, strongly decolonial and justice-oriented with a big related heart for all. I most empathize with my Batosh Métis friends and family in that history culture growing up, and as an adult have continued to try to live that Mio Pemitswin, that beautiful, good life. So from the fringes of the sash, I situate myself as a relative and an ally, and welcome you, my listeners, as brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, cousins in the homeland. So let's welcome our relative tonight. We have the fabulous, the amazing, the legendary Ernest Monias. Now, Jay told me, he said, wouldn't it be amazing if you could get Ernest Monias on your show? And I said, yes, it would. He is the king of the North. He is the Cree Elvis. He is absolutely legendary. There's memes about him. Everybody talks about him. So yes, I'm very excited. And Ernest, I will let you introduce yourself. So just whatever you want to tell us.
Thank you very kindly, Andrea. Thanks to everybody. My name is Ernest Monias, and I'm Cree, and I come from Cross Lake First Nation in northern Manitoba. All right, and I look forward to talking to Andrea, answer whatever she may ask. And most of you, never mind most, but all of you know who I am. So there you go. Ernest Monias is the name.
Yeah, he's a man who needs no introduction. And so I would like you to start out by telling us, now, how did you get into music? How old were you when you first got interested? Were you just kind of born with a guitar in your hand? Tell us about how that all came about.
Well, back in the day when I was a kid, all right, there was no form of recreation back in the day. And that's years ago, many years ago, many moons, many winters ago. There was no form of any recreation. Me and my grandmother moved from Cross Lake to a little community called Wabode in Manitoba on a CN railway line. And we stayed there. That's where I grew up, in Wabode, Manitoba. I can say Wabode, Manitoba is my second home. That's where I learned my English. I went to school there. And at the age of 13, we moved back to Cross Lake, my reservation. And from there, I picked up the guitar. I saw my uncles and all that playing guitar. That interested me very, very much, especially when I first heard the radio playing country music, and that music got into my ears. So that's where I was headed. They taught me 3 chords. Of course, D, G, and A. That's what they taught me. And then I picked up the rest of the chords by asking other guitar players. Curiosity kills the cat, they say. So that's what I went through. I developed and learned to ask questions, observation. I'm kind of excited to be on the show here. I'll stutter a little bit every now and then, like Mama Meltilus. But anyhow, I got into music at 13. Learned, played guitar. I used to go into an old house and sing alone there without anybody hearing me. And but apparently one of my uncles there heard me, I guess, from outside, but he didn't come inside. And until one time, at the age of 15, I sang my first song in front of 2 people, and I was shaking. My legs was just shaking. I was so nervous and all that, eh? So from the age of 15, I went at it, followed music. That was my form of recreation. Strumming the guitar, listening to music, listening to Hank Williams, all those others, George Jones, Webb Pierce, Hank Snow, yeah, etc. Fair and Young, Marty Robbins, some of my heroes, Elvis Presley. Got interested into music. And that's what kept me from being out on the streets or the res, like hanging around outside. And that's my form of recreation. Playing the guitar, learning. I wanted to write. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to sing. I wanted to learn how to sing. So then it went all through the years just like that. Kept on going, kept on going. I don't know how many guitars I went through. A buddy of mine asked me last night, how many guitars do you think you went through ever since you started playing? Just guess. Wow, I said, I really don't know. That's a hell of a good question. I must have went through maybe 1,000 guitars in all these years of singing and playing guitar. I tried fiddle. Well, I couldn't get used to it. No way. So I dropped that. I play bass and play drums a little bit, piano a little bit. I want to get into piano. And things moved on. I went to high school. I went to residential school in Port Prairie, Manitoba. I'm a residential school survivors for your information. There are people that don't know me. I'm the loner. I don't have no true brother or sister. And my mother passed on when I was an infant. I don't have a picture whatsoever. Just hearsay what people tell me, describe of her. My dad's still in the 90s already, but he never did, sorry to say, but he never did take interest in me. I don't know what's the matter wrong with him. But I don't mind. I just move on. It's my fault. And so it went, I started thinking about writing songs. But I didn't know how to really get into it. I bought country songbooks from magazine stands and newsstands and that. Look at them. Look at them. They rhyme, you know, something like that. I've been through this interview, many questions like this already. And all through the years I've been playing music. And the advantage, I don't read or write music at all. It just clicked in one day by the grace of God to give the music. And that's where it's at the moment. I've recorded about 25 CDs, still going. I'm trying to make a goal of 30. Recorded 4 gospel CDs, which my grandmother told me, you must sing gospel music, not only these crazy songs of this world. When you're going to be a singer, I guess she said. She heard me sing. Well, obviously, you're going to be a singer. And think of the man upstairs who gives you life. So I listened. I obeyed my grandmother. She taught me everything. I obeyed her. Never get answer back. I used to get disciplined, really disciplined well. And so I'll leave it there. If you want to ask more questions, just interrupt me about whatsoever, Andrea. Then I went at the age of grade 8, I passed into grade 9. Then I was off to residential school in Port Prairie. And I stayed there for 5 years. I didn't get homesick because you know why? There was instruments in the auditorium. I felt comfortable. On and on and on. I played music, kept on playing. I was in a choir, the 33 voice choir in Port Prairie. We went to Expo 67 way back in the day. All right, so I'll stop for a moment there.
That's amazing. I'm just enjoying listening to you telling me these stories. So you were at residential school for probably like 5-6 years, something like that.
I was in a residential school I was in Port Prairie for 5-6 years. Yeah. I developed, it's a good thing when my grandma moved to Wabo and I developed English fluently. All right. And then when I moved back to the res, here's a funny one, or whatever you take it as. People, my family, my boys back home would shun me, and they call me like, it's because he speaks English. He thinks he's a white Indian. Wow, something like that anyway. But I didn't think about it. I just let it be because my grandmother said, be humble. No matter what anybody says to you, walk away. Don't answer back. Just walk away. And that, it's a long, oh yeah, I must say, I'm in a process of writing an autobiography of myself. Life and Times of Ernest, Monias, music. where I went here and there, who I played with, who's stars I met. And now we'll get into that. So I got into a band in the residential school for the Prairie, played in the band. That's how it all started there, Andrea. The more God going, develop the music. Okay.
Yeah. So tell us about that. So you got into a band in residential school, and then from there, so you graduated.
Okay. Yeah.
Playing
All
with
right.
them, or yeah.
There was a band at the residential school. I got interested there right away. That band I was playing there, and I always went to when they went to the other auditorium when they played. Always watching, observing. And the following year, that was in 65, 66, I started getting into with them, the jam with them, eh? 67, I was in a band with them playing bass. Pretty soon I was the lead singer in that band in Port Prairie. On and on. I learned more music after I was in a choir, the 33 voice choir. That's where I learned the notes from the music structure that taught us the Cree club, they call it. That's what we were called. We went to Expo 67 by train. Can you believe it? In July. And we came back at the end of July. Canada's 100th celebration. That was an experience. And then I got myself into trouble with the residence administrator because I did it deliberately. I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you the reason why. I used to hear the resident administration talk to the inland students that came in that wouldn't speak very well English fluently. And I could hear what he was saying to these boys and girls, and they couldn't talk for themselves. They were afraid. And oh man, I thought to myself, boy, I feel sorry for those boys and girls at my age category. I deliberately got myself into trouble just to go into the office of the residence administrator and have it out with him, which I did. Yeah, I spoke for myself. I'm not going to allow you to talk to me the way you're talking to these other kids that can't speak fluent English. Oh, I got kicked out of the school. The next year, I got kicked out of the residence school. Went to a private room. The administrator kicked me out. Couldn't get his way with me. So I spoke up for myself, and on behalf of those boys and girls, I felt sorry for them because they couldn't talk back. I guess they wanted to, but they were scared. Briefly, anyway, okay?
So you stuck up for those kids, and then you
I stuck up. Yeah, I stuck up. I told you I'm not going to allow you to talk to me the way you're talking to these my boys and girls, my Aboriginal brothers and sisters. No, I'm not going to allow you to talk to me like that. I'm going to speak up for myself. What do you want to say to me? Boy, you see the fire in his eyes. You're not going to be here next year. Fine. I'll be glad to get out of here. So that's going to be in the memoirs when I write this autobiography. There'll be more to it. I'm going to write all the things I went through, experiences as I went and progressed into music. A complete life story. As much as so far back I can remember. Excuse me. Wait, I got any water in my mouth. I got some ginger ale here.
Yeah, sure. I'll talk for a minute. So I mean, it's pretty amazing, and obviously your first language was Cree, probably like with
Yes, yeah.
And then
you know what I regret? When I went to school in Port Prairie, I took French as a subject, and then I dropped it in grade 11. Oh, wow. Today I'm sorry because I spoke French, but I lost it. And I went to Quebec a few times. Wow, I shouldn't have dropped my French back. I should have kept on going. Wow, I would have been fluent in French too, eh?
You could have been singing French hits as well. You could have been
Yeah,
with Celine Dion and
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Have you ever written any music in Cree? Like most of your songs are in English.
Oh, people have asked me if I wrote the songs in Cree. Not yet.
Mhm.
Not yet, but I've been thinking about it. And hopefully one of these days I'll record a Cree, Cree songs in my Cree language dialect. We'll see how it turns out.
That
Okay.
would be awesome. So tell us a little bit about your songwriting. So I mean, a lot of
I
your
wrote,
a lot of your songs, like I always thought of them as Ernest Monias songs, no matter what. But I mean, some of them are covers. It's just that I feel like yours
yeah,
are
a lot of them are covers. A lot of them are mine. Okay, original songs. I wrote songs when I see people, their experiences and what they're going through. Like a couple. Okay, they break each other hearts and all that. They split up and that. Why? And from there, I got the idea to write songs, observing broken hearts, loneliness and all that. I tried my hand at writing songs. It took me a while. I had to listen to records. I had to listen to country artists like Hank Williams Sr., most well-known country music singer in the world, I guess I could say. He was my inspiration. George Jones was my inspiration. I opened up 3 shows with George Jones in 1987 on my reserve. That was the highlight of my music career. And then I met other prominent artists. Met Nazareth, rock band, CCR, and it'll be in a book. It'll be in my memoirs.
Those are just a few teases of some of the famous people that very famous Ernest Monias has hung out with and kind of, I bet you has some pretty good stories, I'm sure, about some.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good little autobiography. I'm trying to, before I get dementia or whatever, I might as well start writing. At the age of 4, that's when I started remembering life. That's where I'm going to start writing from.
That's awesome. And
It's,
so
it's going to be like a media, like I'm talking to you, right?
yeah,
It's going to be like that. Not chapter. Whoever fixes up the book will chapterize it. You know what I mean? Chapter 1, chapter 2. But I will write like I'm talking to you.
just telling the story exactly.
Yeah, right in front of me, where I started, how I came about, where I've been, who I met.
Yeah.
What about Lisa Marie Presley? Didn't she formally her birthday?
Yeah. What's that? I can't hear you.
Lisa Marie Presley.
Oh yeah, I'll come to that. Yeah, I'm not there yet. I got
Got a little whisper in your ear there.
Yeah, I got a coacher. Just kidding. No, that's my manager's that way. It's her birthday today. By the way, Amber.
Happy birthday, Amber. Thank you for arranging this on top of your birthday celebration.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a pretty interesting. It'll be an interesting autobiography, I'm telling you. All the funny little stories along the way, traveling, living on the road. Yeah. Band names, the Sons of Manitou, the Musical Road, the Shadows, the prominent. We have a band. I played with a band back home, three-piece band. It'll be all in the book. There'll be pictures that I've collected all throughout the years. All those pictures are going to be in this autobiography. I will tell about funny incidents on the road. Funny things that happened to us. Make you laugh. It'll make you want to read the book all the way through. It's going to be a good book.
Oh, it sounds amazing. I can't wait to read it. Actually, I think
it will be an interesting book. It will be an interesting book.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about myself. Wow, I came a long way. I stumbled, I fell, I got up. Band players would leave. They would take off and left alone, and I will off again and pick up players. Let's go. want to do this. I want to do music. See where it takes me. And
what advice would you have for young up and comers and musicians that are out there today? Young people who don't have a band, young people who want to do music, all of those people out there.
It's hard work. If you love music, like I do, from I wanted to be a singer. That's what I wanted to do. It's inspired by the Williams, mostly country white musicians. It's a long, hard struggle, ups and downs. People come, people go, and you get disappointed. Maybe I should quit too. But no, I kept on going. Like I said, I stumble, I fall. I get up, no problem. Go at it again, find players. Yeah, recorded my first album. I was kicked out from my late wife because I wanted to do music. She told me to leave. You won't make it anyway. Oh, okay, I left. But he doubted me. And I said, okay, I'll come back. Maybe if I make it, I'll come and show you. If I make any records, you'll see, I'll come and show it to you. And which I did. I did 10 CDs. Well, look, I got 10 so far. I didn't have no animosity towards her, but it's all right, That's going to be in the book too.
Well, I'm sure.
God, and I'm going to try to name all the guys that I play with.
Yeah.
The musicians. Yeah, I'm going to try to make a list.
That's a lot of people, probably.
That's a lot of people. I'm telling you, Andrew, it's a lot of people. A lot of miles.
So
5 years on the road. Me and we lived a little short wheelbase van. 5 years on the road.
Wow. So
that's what we did every week, every week.
Canada. Where all did you go?
Right across Canada. We traveled. There was other players that wanted to. Let's go play music. Let's see how far it gets us. We lived out of a van in our suitcases. Every time we finished the gig on a Saturday, load up the van and off to the next town. Over and over and over and over again.
Life on the road. It's hard. It's a hard life, though, in some ways. I mean,
it is a hard life. It's a hard life.
Yeah.
Really, it's a hard life. I'm still here. but it's a rough. Oh, you gotta have stamina. You gotta have strong heart. You gotta have that goal, desire. That's what I wanted to be, a singer. Meet other stars.
So what was the very first song that you wrote? The very first song?
If I Wanted You, Girl. That one was the first song I wrote. And Sitting on a Rock was the second song I wrote. Then the first album, if you listen to the first album, Ernest Monias original songs, those are the songs I wrote. And the second,
that's a classic song, If I Wanted You, Girl. I mean, that is just
that crazy song. That crazy song is still happening today more than ever.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
I recorded that. I wrote that in 1978 and recorded it in 1979. It's more crazy today. Holy. It's as simple as people are into it. Even the little dogs are into it. Honestly, I've seen videos,
Yeah,
little dog dancing to I Wanted You, Girl. funny. I laugh at it sometimes. But I thank God for the gift of music. First and foremost, I thank God for the gift of music. Yes.
And talking a little bit.
It finally dawned on me one day. Music finally came on the 4/40 scale. Okay. Oh yeah. Then the songs I couldn't sing back in the day, hey, I picked them up just like that. And I thank the Lord for that gift of music. I'm blessed. Like I said, I have lots of fans the world over.
It's so.
I guess, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was
you're going to edit.
Just like tying into kind of what you're saying about like your fans all over the world and the dog videos and everything else. There's lots of like memes that I've seen for years and videos and all kinds of things that use your music, or they use a picture of you and they talk about how you're coming for all the cookums, or all kinds of cute memes and that kind of thing. Can you tell us a little bit about that and kind of you're still really famous? You kind of go viral all the time. What's that like? Whoops, I think your video's off. You're muted or something. I can't hear you. Whoops.
As you're
There we go.
open up shows, he'll be in a book. Trooper, Bellamy Brothers, Charlie Major, Streetheart, Ricky Skaggs, and a lot of them, Marty Stewart, Steve Earle, and CCR, and a few others. I'll have to be very careful to think that I don't forget who the stars that I met. Oh, tell me why not. Patty Lovett, Sammy Kershaw, Sir Douglas Quintet, Dynamite Woman Man, Mendocino, from Texas. I like this end song style of music, but different styles. Right? And I mostly pick out songs that people will like and dance to. Okay. All right, you can talk for a while if you want there.
Sure. So
Are you there?
yeah, I'm still there. Can you hear me okay?
Hello?
Yeah, it cut off a little bit. I don't know if we're
I
having.
can't hear you.
Okay, I'll try. Can you hear me now? How about now?
Volume has gone down. I can't hear you at all.
Oh,
I can hear
okay.
you in the distance.
Just-
Amber,
I don't know what's going on. Our
can you hear me?
connectivity.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
I can't
don't-
hear you. I can't hear you. Why don't you put it on pause?
It's okay. Sure, I'll pause it. Sure.
I can't hear you.